Hi, Taurus. This is your reading for the week of January. I didn't check. January 19th. So here we go. The first image that I saw for you, Taurus, was you standing on a mountain. And it's kind of like almost like you would see a cartoon or in a dream. You're not really standing on earth. I see you suspended over a mountain as though you're standing on it. And your arms are wide open and you're singing, Ma, only better. And it is reverberating out. And the phrase that I heard was speak from the summit, not from the base. And that kind of goes along with this feeling that I'm getting is that you are allowing the quality of your being to come out through your voice. When I say the quality of your being, let me be more specific. It feels as though you are in the process now. Oh, yeah, okay. Now you are in the process now of really allowing your true spiritual essence come up and really speak through your personality. That's what it feels like to me. Now, I'm saying this, and I also have not a caution in here, but a second part to this, which is saying that while this is on track for many of you to happen, and of course it won't be for every Taurus, and it won't be for every Taurus at this point in time, but I believe this is the trajectory in general for the Taurus collective, is that everybody within the collective is being given the opportunity to really operate from that higher place, from the summit. What does that mean? To me, what that is indicating as I'm looking at these things is that you're being told here that worry is your enemy in being able to operate from your higher conscious mind and present yourself to the world and operate in the world with the quality of being that you most deeply desire. And I'm going to say most deeply desire at a soul level. So your personality may not be aware of this yet. Or it may be for some of you, and this is what I'm feeling, is that for some of you, it's almost as though, well, what do I do? What do I do next? How do I be the person I want to be? How do I step out of what I've created? How do I choose new roles? How do I know what's going to be fulfilling? How do I know what's going to serve? So I feel like for many of you, some of those questions are going on, whether it's at a mystical, metaphysical level, or whether or not it's just, and I don't say just lightly, even though it might only be within the context of your particular sphere of life, okay? Your family, your work, or whatever. It feels like there's this impetus to be more, to express more, to be freer. And that's also the quality that I get as I see you standing on the mountain. It's the freedom to open your chest, open your heart, and to speak from your heart through your mouth and through your throat chakra, which is where we often express. It is the chakra that supports us in expressing our highest spiritual values. Okay? So it's where our spiritual identity is most closely linked. And that is the chakra that really helps bridge between our humanness and our ability to be in contact with bigger dimensions through the upper chakras, okay? So it's really key because it's within this throat chakra that you can see a lot of the resistance of moving up into expanded concepts can happen. Now, the other thing that we want to know is, what is worry? Worry really is, well, let's just read the card because I think it's a real good one. Why do we believe that worrying about something actually helps? Worry, sometimes hidden behind rationalizing or overanalysis, is only another face of fear. It locks our nervous system into a fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response, flooding us with adrenaline. A worried state prevents access to deeper thoughts, creative inspiration, or connection to deeper emotion. Answers come once the nervous system relaxes and the mind clears. It's in these moments that the creative, intuitive mind communicates solutions from beyond the realm of fear-based desperation and logical deduction. So, interestingly enough, the next card that you get is intuition. You're being told, embody intuition as much as you can. Expect to get answers. Look for synchronicities. You are open, or you can be open to intuition, but your worry may be getting in the way. So how do you deal with that, Taurus? You breathe. You breathe, you stay in touch with what you're feeling. You allow yourself the moments of standing still and acknowledging that you do not wish to worry anymore. I know that sounds simple, but so often it is a choice. Now, one of the things that's really relevant and really important and actually exciting about this for you, Taurus, is that within the energy model that is based on, polarity therapy / Ayurveda, the root chakra is the earth chakra, which of course is Taurus. What's the polarity of emotion within the earth chakra? It is fear and courage. Okay? So it's very natural. You'll often find Taurians being overthinkers because worry and overthinking is one of the ways that people deal with fear. I mean, worry is just another face of fear, right? It's that sense of needing to be planning, organizing, structuring. The upside of that, Taurus, is that you get to be the ones who can really create structure well, who can plan ahead and who can work the long game, who can really create and materialize. But when it gets out of balance, or when it's not been rooted in a stable earth energy in the beginning, there can really be this tendency to take that thinking and planning into overthinking and into worry. That is going to cut your intuition. Okay, but also look at it within relation to what they were referring to in terms of the throat chakra and the crown chakras. When you're worried and you are in a tightened state, it's very difficult for you to be able to speak from the summit. In a fear state, you go back to earth. You go to the root of the mountain. You don't need to be there. You are moving up here because you are learning how to regulate yourself. You got to understand, Taurus, you haven't always thought it was necessary to regulate yourself. Sometimes it feels like worrying is the thing that keeps you safe. So part of what you've been processing and part of what you've been learning is that you are safe anyway. And you might fear loss, and you might fear, sometimes it's fearing the loss not because of something that you, there you go, I love it. Sometimes we fear losing people or things or states or situations because of the sentimentality of it. It can resonate with old loss and old abandonment and things of that nature. It's not necessarily fear of loss of a structure because you feel like you can't make something again. Most of you know you could like that. It's fear of the emotions that you'll experience, that sense of old loss. So you're being given an opportunity now. Thank you. The card that they gave me next to go right over the worry card is the love card. And that is the antidote to all of this. And that is you standing on the mountain. And that is you speaking from the summit. Deepak Chopra defines pure love as something we embody. It's something that radiates from us like light from a bonfire or dreams from a dreamer, rather than something we parcel out to some and not to others. Love in its purest form is a state of being, in a being which can influence our behavior but does not rely on actions in order to be felt or to have to be positive or to have a positive effect. Love does not demand reciprocity. Well, that was a bumbling read through, but you get the message. This is about being able to experience ourselves as love. And you know what? It takes time because we're going to bump into those things. Experiencing ourselves as an expression of divine love, that's huge. That's not something that happens overnight. And that's not something that happens like that. Or if it does happen like that, one of two things will happen, or three. One is that you'll go a little crazy. Two is that it will give you an idea of what it feels like and something to keep you motivating towards more of that. Excuse me. And the other is that it's a complete and total personality transformation. That one doesn't happen that often. So what you're being told here, I feel, simplify, please. What you're being told, Taurus, is this really, it's literally like you're on an elevated platform. And when I say elevated platform, what that says to me is many of you have dealt with the insecurities around personality structure, because personality is also associated with the root chakra, the ego structure. You've dealt with enough of your insecurities that now you are able to breathe and you are able to trust your intuition, because when you're in a state of worry, how do you develop a trust in intuition? Because when you're worried, your nervous system is not inclined to give you a lot of information. So two things they're saying. This is not just you speaking from the summit for the sake of other people, although it does affect people, and you do become a tuning fork for that quality of love. And for what they're also saying is the singing, it doesn't have to be you even communicating this in some way to other people. This is you acknowledging it for yourself, in yourself, because I see the vibrations from the things that you're singing really resonating through your body. So that's key. That's important for you. That's going to allow a lot of stuff that's been stuck in your body because of nervous system dysregulation. It's going to give it a chance to move through and move out. So your job, my darlings, is focus on the love. Focus on what it feels like to be in a centered state. And you can imagine it. You can pretend. If God loved me, if I knew the world was love, and everything else that's going on around me and around us is just part of a learning and growing process, and everything is going to be okay. And what if everybody signed up for exactly what they're going through right now? What if? How would I feel? You're being asked, my dears, is so important right now. You've got love, you've got positive triggers, you've got breathe, you've got intuition, and then you've got worry. You are being told, my friends, do not waste your energy on worry. That is the bottom of the mountain. Allow yourselves to breathe, to focus on love. Keep positive triggers around you. What are positive triggers? Anything that lifts you, anything that makes you feel better, positive, hopeful, neutral. If you can only get to neutral, neutral's good. But during this period of time, we are really being told, all of us are being told right now by Spirit, it's important. You are the master of your ship. You are the one who decides. Are you going to put positive thoughts into your head? When I say positive thoughts, I don't mean la 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 Pollyanna. I mean, where can you go where you legitimately feel a positive state? And there was something else. Please bring it back. Yes, okay. So the positive triggers is not just the thoughts, but it's what activates positive thoughts. Is it watching, bat rescue from Australia? Is it loving your animals? Is it beautiful nature? Is it a song that brings back a wonderful feeling? Is it a color that you love? Is it an activity that you do? It might be something like, simple, like playing ball against a brick wall like you did when you were a kid. Any of those things that are going to lift you into an expanded state and help take your nervous system out of that tendency to worry and overthink and analyze. Okay? I realize there's a lot in there, Taurus, but it feels like it's a really important time for you to get this, that when you worry about getting the answer and trying to figure it out, that's not when your intuition comes in. Your intuition comes in when you let it go, when you're doing the dishes, when you're making the bed, and when you're allowing yourself to continually be triggered, activated by the positive things. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that. Take care, my dears.